you know that your interview is going to be on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, on the internet, and I personally want to hear it from you, a professor, a doctor, about the vaccine development and your opinion, your personal opinion about it. And I think the world is now waiting very eagerly for what's the situation now, and then what's the next stage. You know, today is 12th of November 2020. You know, the last conversation we had about 2 months ago, a lot of things have happened. You know, the numbers are keep going up.
Right.
It's kind of scary.
Right.
Yeah, and even in America,
number is increasing like anything.
yeah, and in America, it's really like going up in America, because in America there's no government policies. Very little.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Alarming.
Every state is slightly different, but generally on the whole, there is no strong leadership. I like particularly the speech made by your Prime Minister Modi at the UN General Assembly. You know, he's always a very gracious leader, and I think the world receives him so well, and he's so popular and respected by all these leaders all over the world.
A very honest leader, ma'am. Very honest leader.
Yeah, he's a very honest leader. And I got his Instagram. He actually does yoga every morning, and he walks around the tree, and then he does his yoga and meditation, and he says that health. I've got such a great respect for your Prime Minister. And, a lot of things that he say, it's very well received by the world. It's very seldom in the world that, everybody agrees on his leadership. And also he has this yoga day that everybody does yoga.
Definitely.
Yoga is a philosophy that many parts of the world people are practicing as part of a exercise lifestyle regime, regardless of what kind of a background or country they come from. And I think the Indian culture is very well respected and received throughout the world, because Indians are peace-loving people, people who are very hardworking, diligent. And then I can see from the Indian community in Singapore, especially someone like Kumar. So on this day of Deepavali, I really want to wish you and all of the Indian people good health, safety, and pray to God that God is going to restore normalcy and safety and protection to mankind. This is really
thank you.
Yeah.
We pray for the same.
Yeah, this situation is out of the hands of men.
Pray for the same.
Yeah, because I know that you are a very spiritual person. Indians are very spiritual. This is really out of the hands of mankind. Sometimes I think that God has a hand in everything. We all need to learn, what are the lessons we need to learn during this very strange phenomenon of the world.
I think everyone, ma'am, who wish to do something good, who wish to do something excellent, must have a human touch. With the work he is involved in.
Yeah. So I want to hear your opinion about the vaccine development. And your Prime Minister Modi, he gave a very gracious speech in front of the United Nations General Assembly. He says that this is something that India will help the world humanity. He spoke such a sincere manner that he wants to help the world humanity. I think no other country has said this statement about the virus situation, that the NN leadership is taking on this leadership that they want to help all humanity. So with that, I really respect your Prime Minister. And Dr. Banwal, can you tell us, from a doctor's point of view, the vaccine, how difficult is it to develop? Different countries are doing. In UK, it's Oxford University. In America, is Moderna and Pfizer. And in Singapore, they're supporting some smaller companies to develop a vaccine. And the latest news yesterday from the Ministry of Health in Singapore, they say that so far, none of the vaccines have shown to be 100% yet successful yet, and it has not shown to be 100% safe yet. So maybe the Singapore government will buy a portfolio of different vaccines, for different age groups and different health category of people. It seems that vaccine is really, really, really difficult. And the world is waiting in bated breath. They are all just waiting, okay, will we ever go safe again? So, doctor, can you tell us why is it difficult to develop a vaccine? And then also tell us the challenges of developing, and at what stage is India right now at the trial stage?
Ma'am, actually, for the development of a vaccine, it goes through various stages. It is not a matter of weeks or days. It takes months. Once upon a time, if we go in the past, there used to be more than lakhs and lakhs of cases of poliomyelitis. It took more than 5-7 years to develop that vaccine.
5 to 7 years for the polio,
which has been, which got eradicated from India right now. So it is a time-taking job, ma'am. And for the development of any vaccine, it has to go through different stages.
Yeah.
The first and foremost stage is preclinical trials. Preclinical trial means it goes through a trial in smaller animals, mice, small pigs, where you can judge the efficacy and as well as the safety concern, which is always associated with any vaccine.
Yeah.
Scientists are convinced with this preclinical analysis.
And that the empirical analysis.
Thereafter, they go for human trial.
Human trial.
Clinical trial, which we speak of, clinical trial. And this clinical trial takes in 3 phases.
3 phases.
3 phases.
Yeah.
Phase 1 is for small number of people, where we judge for, phase 1 we judge for safety and dosage.
Safety of the dosage. Yeah.
Safety and dosage of that vaccine. A person, a healthy person, gets a dose of vaccine, and thereafter, after its immunological response, we get that person infected with that particular virus, and thereafter we judge how much protective is this vaccine is going to be.
How much protection?
So this is called human trial. Phase 1 in a small number of people. It takes weeks. Thereafter, when bioscientists are convinced, they allow for second phase, phase 2.
Phase 2.
Phase 2. Here, safety and dosage are trialed in expanded form
Expanded
in
form.
hundreds of people.
Hundreds of people.
Expanded form in hundreds of people. And after completing this phase 2 trial, when people are convinced which has occurred in this, I will talk that later. So after completing this phase 2, it needs to go to phase 3. Phase 3 trial, ma'am, it is the last human trial, and it in this trial, and thereafter judgment is taken whether this vaccine is going to protect the person from the particular disease or not. If one gets a conclusive evidence that it going to protect you at least in 50% of cases.
50%. Okay.
If you get a conclusive evidence that it is going to protect at least 50% of those persons who have been vaccinated. It may be 60%, it may be 70%, it may be 80%, but it must be minimum 50%.
Minimum 50.
If this 50% barrier we pass through, then we apply for regulatory approval. Then one needs to apply for regulatory approval, and that regulatory approval gives you emergency use authorization. EUA. Yeah, that regulatory authority gives you its use for emergency use authorization.
Emergency
in selected cases.
In selected cases. Yeah.
And if that is also convinced, bioscientists then, after getting the nod from the drug controller of the authority and the topmost authority, government, then after they take the license to manufacture that vaccine in millions of doses. This vaccine manufacturing, and thereafter the stage of distribution comes, which is always this has become a huge challenge, especially if you think in respect to COVID-19. If you think in respect to COVID-19, almost I think whole world population needs to be vaccinated. No country, we have seen countries like Italy, Spain, who used to have the best infrastructure, they got devastated because of this disease. Why? We didn't have any curative medicine. Still, there are some drugs which have come up, but no vaccine at all. So our scientists are working at breakneck speed. I think more than 140 vaccines all over the world.
Yes.
More than 140 vaccines all over the world are in the different phases of development. And 2 to 3 dozens are in advanced clinical trials. Advanced clinical trials. Particularly, right. We hope for the best to come.
Yeah. So this vaccines that are they are the forerunner. They are the Pfizer and the Moderna, etc. Why are they fast ahead from the rest? What are the determining factors for them to be more successful? and faster.
Actually, the Moderna is one of the, I think that is the first company to start this human trial from USA. It is from
Yeah.
USA. It is the first company
Yeah.
to start this human trial.
Yeah.
But still, it has not completed the advanced stage trial. And in the advanced stages, I think there are, if you talk in respect to India,
Yeah.
there are 3 vaccines in advanced stages of development.
Okay. Tell us.
The first one is from Serum Institute of India, one of the biggest vaccine manufacturer, one of the biggest vaccine maker in the world. Serum Institute of India, in collaboration with the University of Oxford and
Oxford.
AstraZeneca.
Yeah.
It is in the advanced stage of trial, that is phase 3 trial, most likely to be complete in coming December. In the coming December, it is going to complete the phase 3 trial. And if they get this regulatory authority and everything goes as per their wish, it is likely to get the vaccine in January 2021.
Yeah. So this is the forerunner in the world. Oxford AstraZeneca together with India. What are the other 2 vaccines that is the forerunner in India?
Other 2 runners are, the second one is from Hyderabad-based company. Hyderabad is one of the India city. Biotech company, Bharat Biotech. This is Bharat Biotech company in collaboration with the University of Washington. In collaboration with the University of Washington. But this is purely an indigenous vaccine.
Indicator vaccine.
From Bharat, indigenous vaccine. And they are also conducting their advanced stage trial, likely to be completed soon in 1 to 2 months. And they are also in process of developing this vaccine as soon as February 2021.
Yeah. What do you mean by indicator vaccine? What is an indicator vaccine?
Pardon? Indigenous.
Oh, indigenous vaccine. What is that? What does that mean?
Indigenous vaccines means it is prepared in my country with the collaboration of University of Washington. It is prepared in Bharat Biotech itself.
Okay, indigenous.
Hyderabad-based company.
Yeah.
Indigenous company.
Oh, it's an indigenous company. Okay.
They are all indigenous vaccine. They are also in process of developing, I think, intranasal vaccine.
What's that?
You need to, intranasal means you need to take 1 or 2 puffs in your nostril.
Or nostril.
Nostril.
Why?
And that will serve the purpose.
Why?
It will, the advantage of this intranasal vaccine is said that you need lesser health personnel. For other vaccine, you have to inject the vaccine intramuscular.
Oh, okay. So there's 2 types. One is injection. One is for the nasal.
One is right, very right. So
okay.
If you develop this intranasal vaccine,
you need lesser
lesser number of nurses. lesser number of health personnel who can, you can, if you train the person, you don't need a special health personnel to guide them, to serve them. So this is also in process. This is also in process.
What about the third vaccine in India?
And the third vaccine is Zydus Cadila. Zydus Cadila is still one of the biggest vaccine maker. That is also in process. Developer that is also in process of developing this COVID-19 vaccine. So if we get these vaccines, of course, US has also giving good output regarding this Moderna and Pfizer.
Yeah, Moderna and Pfizer.
Moderna and Pfizer. Pfizer also in collaboration with Germany and China. They are also giving good result.
Good results.
Good result.
Yeah.
So we hope that we get. It is not a question of which country is going to make first. It is a question of humanity at the risk.
Yes.
It is mankind at the risk. Yeah. We will respect all those personnel who come with the vaccine with folded hands. That will serve a lot to this millions and millions of people who are getting affected by this corona vaccine.
Yeah, I want to ask Professor Dr. Banwal. Manufacturing a vaccine is difficult. Just like manufacturing anything, you need to have certain materials. Is it difficult to get these material and ingredient for mass production? That's my question. Because not everything is got to have the ingredient readily available, plus the material that you put into like the ingredients of a recipe, right? You need to get these ingredients. How difficult is it to get these ingredients for this recipe?
Actually, this is a very difficult issue in the process of the developing any vaccine.
Yeah.
And that is the question, because it takes time. Yeah. So that ingredient, COVID is a RNA virus. You know, COVID is a RNA virus, and it is a RNA virus. It doesn't have DNA. There are two kinds of chromosome, RNA, DNA, and this COVID-19 is a RNA virus. So if you wish to develop this vaccine, you need to give that person, the person whom you have given you consent for to work as a human volunteer. You give them that ingredient in his blood.
In the blood.
And you see the risk. It is associated with. And this happened in one.
Can I ask, how difficult is it to get massive number of people who volunteer? Are they in the hospitals already suffering from the COVID-19, or are they healthy young adults that you inject the virus inside for these trials? How do you select these people, and is it difficult to get these number of volunteers?
This is taken with a written consent of the person.
Consent, yeah.
Written consent of the person who wish to participate.
Yeah. So it must be quite difficult to get them, right? Because you have 140 vaccines development all over the world, and they need thousands and thousands of population who wants to volunteer and consent to this vaccine development, which probably has risk. Is there such a difficulty in getting these volunteers in India?
It is definitely a difficult process, but because even if the person is rich, even if the person is poor,
Yeah.
value of the life remains the same.
That's yes. Well said. Very
So
well said.
value of the life is not going to change, ma'am.
Very well said. Thank you. I think I'm going to quote this. The value of life is
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
same, rich or poor. Yeah, educated or not educated. So I want to ask one
Right.
more question. The logistics of distribution and manufacture.
A
And then,
huge challenge,
yeah,
ma'am. This
yeah.
this
Why?
process, I think it is going to be a huge challenge. This distribution of this vaccine at such a large stage,
Mm,
where you need to vaccine each and every person of this world, each and
yeah,
every person of the world, and storage, transportation,
transportation.
and maintaining the efficacy.
Efficacy, yeah, yeah, that's right. How long the freshness of the
So
ingredient will last.
all are equally important. Even after you get this vaccine prepared, to
Mm.
vaccinate the persons, all the persons, you need some time. In our country, I think Sputnik vaccine also, the so-called the vaccine developed from Russia, which also launched without, it is said that it launched without taking a proper phase 3 trial.
Oh, okay.
So WHO, and it got controversy with WHO and other
Yeah, the
many
Russian
countries,
vaccine. Yeah.
and now Sputnik vaccine. So now this vaccine is in collaboration with one of the big pharma house in my country,
Oh, okay.
Dr. Reddy Lab,
Okay.
a
So
big
this is the
pharmaceutical
Russian
house.
vaccine, right? This is, you're talking about the Russian vaccine, right?
Right, right.
They are
But
now
this is
collaborating with India. So it seems that the world needs to collaborate with India.
definitely we are ready to serve anybody, ma'am. We
Yeah.
are ready to serve this mankind. We are ready to serve. We have National Institute of Virology, one of the very renowned virology institute. We have
Biology.
Indian Council of Medical Research,
Yeah.
which is strictly issues guidelines.
Yeah.
It should be safe, it should be affordable, it should be less hazardous. So what
Less
I
hazardous.
was saying that this is Sputnik vaccine.
Yeah.
It has come in collaboration with
Yeah.
Dr. Reddy's Lab,
Yeah.
a big pharma house from India,
Big
and
pharma house.
now
Yeah.
this is Sputnik vaccine
Yeah.
in taking phase 3 trial in India.
Phase 3 trial. Yeah.
In
Can I,
India.
yeah, can I ask one question? Distribution of the vaccine. You want it to be in the fastest time to reach most massively to every ends of the earth.
Definitely, ma'am.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So why can't you use existing distribution channels already developed by the biggest pharmaceutical companies like GlaxoSmithKline, Pfizer, all these kind of big companies, they already have existing distribution channels that go through hospitals
Definitely.
and clinics, and you've got small doctors, small individual clinics by individual doctors, private general practitioner. So they can we use that existing distribution channel?
Definitely. You need, ma'am, you need to use that sources
Yeah.
to get more and more numbers of your population
Yeah.
get vaccinated
Yeah.
with this COVID-19 vaccine. You have to use, there is no option, ma'am.
No other
you
option.
have to use.
Yeah.
No option. You have to use that channel. And there are some company, I think this Mankind Pharma.
Mankind
Mankind
Pharma.
Pharma has also come up for this marketing and distribution of this vaccine all over the India.
Yeah.
And another one, I think, Mankind, other than Apollo Hospital, again, Apollo Hospital is a
Apollo
big
Hospital.
group of hospital in India.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has a chain of hospitals.
Yeah.
So that has also come up to help the government in distribution of this transportation and the use of this COVID-19 vaccine.
Okay.
You have to take the support.
I've got a question. Now, that means at this stage, for example, we talk about India, while the vaccines are already being developed in the labs, the distribution and supply chain downline is already getting ready. They're getting ready to ramp up the manufacture. They're getting ready for all these little vials, and then getting ready all this the distribution and the distributors to get ready to get the boxes.
Definitely. You need to be ready side by side.
Yeah.
Because side by side,
yeah.
you need to be ready.
Yeah.
If suppose this Serum Institute of India, in collaboration with this University of Oxford and AstraZeneca, target to develop 150 million doses of this COVID-19 vaccine. 150 million doses.
150 million.
150 million doses of the by the second quarter of this 2021.
2021. Yeah. So and that is only sufficient for maybe a town in India. 150 million is not a lot for the world. It's only maybe enough for one country, or something. Even India, you've got 1.4 billion people. And I wonder, Dr. Banwal, about this distribution and manufacture. After you manufacture, after you've got all these trucks and all these aeroplanes ready, right? Because you need to fly these vaccines with the efficacy within a freshness of the ingredients being prepared, to fly them out to various countries to swing into action. Then the next challenge is getting people lined up in the clinics to get the jabs. So that is a huge challenge, right? How did India eradicate polio? What was the experience of vaccinating the country?
Actually, ma'am, this vaccine and immunization.
Yeah.
Vaccine and
immunization
is a global issue.
It's a global issue.
It's a global issue.
Yeah.
It saves millions of lives per year globally. Millions of lives.
Yeah.
In India, there are more than 25 vaccines which saves millions of lives. That is from diseases like diphtheria, tetanus, measles, pertussis. It saves millions of lives every year.
Yeah.
Every year. So this vaccine immunization, it has to go through primary health center.
Primary health centers.
Primary health center, you need to supply that chain to primary health center, which is in touch with the people.
Yeah, in touch with the people. Okay.
Direct. At the lower level.
Yeah, at the lowest grassroots level. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So we're really talking about layer and layer of bureaucracy and layer of distribution channel. So you talked about there is a vaccine that goes through the nostril, the nasal vaccination. can some of these development be done individually without the doctor? Will nasal be a solution if it's sent into a letterboxes that we can do on our own?
This had not come up till date, ma'am. But
Have not come up.
They had not come up. This the vaccine which we hope to get first vaccine all over the world from this Serum Institute of India and this AstraZeneca Oxford University. I think it will also be two dose vaccine. 2 dose. You need to give 2 sorts of injections, intramuscular injections. 28 days apart.
8 days apart. Explain a bit more. Apart. Could you explain a bit more about this? Why do we need 2 doses of vaccine?
You need because you need not only 2 doses. You need even after that 2 doses, you need some booster doses.
Booster doses.
Booster doses also.
Okay.
To give the protection to highest level to the person which is going to be affected by this deadly virus, coronavirus.
Yeah.
The coronavirus, everybody knows, it affects badly to our organs, especially lungs.
The lungs. Yeah.
It affects other organs also, but it affects very badly to lungs. People get short of breathing.
Yeah, panting.
People get short of oxygenation.
Yeah, oxygen.
They find difficulty in breathing.
Yeah.
So their lungs get lungs get to some extent destroyed with patchy accumulation of this COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah.
And drugs, we know that we don't have more and more curative drugs. But one thing I would like to say, ma'am, in India, we have a good recovery rate.
Good recovery rate. Yes, that's what I read. Because because Indians are why do you think that the you know, if you look at the numbers from these world graphs, India has got very low fatality. People recover very fast and they are usually non-symptomatic. Why is this so? Which is so different from other countries, like in Europe, like in America. Why is that so?
God is helping us, ma'am. God is helping us, and the way to we lifestyle of ourselves. We believe in this deep breathing exercises like yoga. Yoga with increase your lungs power. Increase your lungs power. There are many things to enhance your lung power. Like I could say that this is Anulom Vilom. This is Kapal Bhati. This is like more and more these things, Brahmari Udgit, you must be knowing if we go through. It increase your lung power.
Yeah.
It increase your lung power. And one thing more I would like to add that everyone in this COVID era do this gargling, hot water gargling.
Yeah.
Hot water gargling and steam inhalation.
Say that again. Repeat.
Steam inhalation. Steam inhalation. You boil water in a saucepan.
Yeah.
Get it to boiling temperature and cover up your head.
What is that? What is that? Turmeric. What is the ingredient?
It is nothing. It is only water vapor. Inhaled water vapor. Water vapor. Steam.
Into steam room.
Steam, ma'am. That's why I'm saying.
Why is that so?
If you ask me for any scientific proof,
yeah.
If you ask me what you mean to say to me,
yeah.
I can't give you the exact scientific proof of this one.
Yeah.
But here, this is also going to be one of the great factor to lessen this damage caused by the COVID. And
I see. Okay, so can you describe? It means you steam water vapor and you cover yourself.
Right.
Oh, okay. So that can lessen the effect of the damage of the COVID-19 if someone gets COVID-19.
Right.
Okay. Right. I'm just going to ask you a couple of general questions. Does onions help? Onions.
What?
Onion. Yes.
I can't say, ma'am. I can't give you my comment over this one. But we have some products like this ashwagandha. We have tulsi.
Yes, that's a kind of herb.
Herb. We have giloy, which is helping a lot. Otherwise, everybody was in a big threat if countries like Italy, countries like Spain, they got devastated.
So can you explain again? One is
will be the
one is the ashgan. What? How do you read it? The first ingredient you are saying.
Herb is ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha. Okay, yeah, that's very famous.
Tulsi.
And the second one?
Tulsi.
Tulsi. Okay, so these two herbs can help to
right.
boost the
and
immune system.
One more, giloy. This boost your immunity.
Okay, all right.
Boost your immunity.
Yeah. Is there any final? Yeah. Is there any final conclusion that you would like to tell us? Some information you'd like to tell us that I've not asked that you know of?
Actually, ma'am, in India, if you look at the data, 90 to 92% is the recovery rate. Despite of having more than 80 lakhs of person infected from COVID-19, at present, active cases in India is less than 5 lakhs only.
Yeah. How many? Okay, 5 lakhs. Yeah.
It is less than 5 lakhs. So
how many percent is that?
So the recovery rate is around 90 to 92%. Out of 100.
Out of 100.
Out of 100, 6 persons.
Yeah.
6 persons, they need support of the oxygen.
The need of the
out of 100.
Yeah.
6 persons.
Yeah.
They need support of the oxygen.
Okay.
Okay. And less than 2 to 3% is the death rate.
Will be lethal. Okay.
Less than 2 to 3% is the death rate. But once upon a time, when it has started affecting Europe, everybody was in India was at threat that what will happen. We don't have as good infrastructure as those countries have.
Yeah.
We don't have as good infrastructure, health infrastructure as those countries have. Italy supposed to be the second world best health infrastructure. They got this devastated with this COVID-19. What will happen to us? But definitely God is helping us, ma'am. God is also
Thank you so much. Yes, I think God is helping India. And you know, because the people and doctors like you have the heart for the mankind, and with the leadership of the Prime Minister Modi, you know, he says that this is something for humanity. And I think when you have that right, the basic principle right, I think God is with the universal forces of the world and the universes of God. You know, success will come to help India and also to help Singapore and to help the world. Um, uh, Dr. Banwal, I hope to invite you again about your thoughts about this virus. If I have a chance to talk to you again next round, if next week or the week after, I want to ask your thoughts. Is this COVID-19 a bio weapon? Is this developed in the lab? And I think this is a very big, interesting question in the world now. You know, people are now trying to study how it started, the structure of it, the DNA of it, the genome sequence, etc. There are two phases of thought. One is that some scientists say it's very clear. It is man-made. It does not exist, and it cannot exist in any form of mutation from nature. But there's another thought that says that it is from the animals, from the bats, or from certain kind of animals. Because I'm taking up about 1 hour of your time, I hope that I can invite you the next talk.
No problem, ma'am. No problem.
When
no
you are
problem.
open, that we have this very open conversation with you as a professor, doctor, to demystify some of these talk on the internet. You know, that people who say this is a bioweapon, you know, and the people say no, it's not a bioweapon. And the WHO already said it is not a bioweapon. It is something that has kind of like mutated from wild animals. So I want to hear from you, because hearing from a doctor is better than hearing from the news. So can I
think, ma'am,
yeah.
I think, ma'am, COVID-19, one thing it has given lesson to each and every one.
Yes.
That one should respect the other animal also.
Yeah, precisely. Animals can affect us, we can affect animals. I mean, human has been killing animals and killing each other for all these years.
So one should respect other animal also.
That's true. And that's the tenet of the Hindu religion, right? No killing of animals. So with that, I want to thank you so much, Dr. Banwal. I hope to
thank you, ma'am.
Talk to you in December, because I'm reading so much news on the internet. Is this or is it not a bioweapon? And you know, what are the evidence out there? So I really want to hear from you. There are doctors that says yes, there are doctors who says no. It's really an opinion, you know.
It is a very serious issue. It is a very serious issue.
Serious opinion, a very serious
issue.
So with that, I want to close our talk, because I've taken 1 hour from you, but I really would like to invite you again. And
thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And our talk is going to go online, YouTube video, and it's going to go as a podcast with the same name called Talk About Life. You can hear it anywhere as you walk, as you work, as you drive, as you're in the kitchen, you have your dinner, you can listen it with your family. With your
greatness. This is your greatness.
I'm going to send you the link once it goes up to YouTube and once it goes up to the podcast. And I'm going to send your videos to my friends in Europe and in the US.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you so much. And my great wishes to the people, to the good people of India, and to your family. And to your children who is in the US, Singapore, and elsewhere. Thank you so much to you. A great father and a great mother you guys are, that you brought up your children and you give them good lives, that they lead their lives.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. I hope to I hope to invite you again. Your philosophy as a father, one day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's
Bye.
your
All the
greatness.
best. Happy Deepavali.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.